Hello, this is Lance Cleveland, author of Store Locator Plus. I am going over some of the latest features in Store Locator Plus 4.3 in relation to the location manager and editor pages. This is still in development. These are the current working prototypes for these features, which I hope to have in place this week. You'll notice there's a new icon over here. That is the hide columns icon. There is no longer an expand in normal mode on display. It is all just however many locations you want, and then all the columns will appear by default. But with this new version, you can drag a column like the facts column if you're not using it and hide it. And when you hide it, you will see that the columns disappear from your output. So in this current, if I hit it correctly, it will just drop them out of there. So in this prototype version, it's not fully implemented yet, and I hope to have this done later this week, where this will save on a per admin user basis which columns have been hidden, and allow users to also restore them by clicking here. And if it's easy to implement, I'm hoping I'll be able to click here, show a list of all the hidden columns, and you can just click off the columns and they'll be automatically restored. So that's the goal. Currently in this alpha release, which is I believe alpha 18 of the pre-release, you get reset every time you come to the manage locations table. So you can see everything came back as soon as I just reloaded the table. So that's how that feature works. And if you miss, it does weird stuff up here still. So obviously a couple little quirks to work out. So that's one of the things that's changed. You'll also see image column has a proper header, email column has a proper header. Those are some quirks that were in the past releases. Some other things, if you're showing a full list of locations, the product will move into a standard sort order and table manipulation, which is querying the database. Every time you click a column, any interaction queries the database. In the latest alpha release, if you have no secondary pages of data, I have all my locations displayed here, this will do all your queries and sorting in JavaScript. So I can sort by facts, website, name, description, any one of these columns. It's all done using JavaScript, all local, no queries to the backend database. It's a lot less load on the server. This will work whether you have 10 locations or 1,000 locations. It will depend how much memory you have in your browser as to how many locations you can load on your list. So again, if you have multiple pages, this will switch to a server-based mode where clicking sort by description, for example, queries the backend server and re-renders the page. And if I switch this so that I show all my locations at once, I only have 15 locations, so it's pretty quick to load in either case. I can sort locally, and it never queries the backend server. So that's one of the new features that are coming in the product. Some other things that have been done, I am going to go and activate Contact Extender because it adds a lot of extra fields. And there's additional field management stuff that happens in the backend to tell Store Locator Plus which plugins own which fields inside of the extended database. And you'll see now when we go to the location editor, I can edit my locations, and now I'll see that my data is split up by which product, in this case Contact Extender, owns that data, whereas before all the data fields all just ran together. These here, this is just enhanced results, hasn't been updated with that new backend hook yet, so it just throws that down in extended data. So for legacy non 4.3 add-on packs, it will render all the extra fields down here. You'll also notice you can collapse these out temporarily. The saving of this, unlike managed locations, probably won't happen on a per user basis in this 4.3 release, but possibly in a future release it will remember which of these you've collapsed on edit and add locations. So you can see that you can collapse down or expand out any of the boxes here. So you can also see on manage locations now all your fields are listed, which makes that table ginormous. technical term. Again, you can drag and drop any fields that are in here, whether it's extended data fields or not, drop them out of the way and start compressing down this table. And again, eventually it will save that data on a per user basis, so it will remember, hey, he had last name and first name and so on off the data table, and let you kind of build that out to your liking. So those are some of the things I'm working on now. Also, in older versions, if you used Contact Extender for a little while and decided you didn't need it anymore and deactivated the plugin, the 4.2 and earlier releases would actually show you all of the data for all the columns. And with the new version, as soon as I deactivated Contact Extender, it knows which fields belong to that and it hides them. So you don't see them anymore. If you went back in and turned Contact Extender back on, the fields and data would be retained. It's just hidden from the interface elements, both the Manage Locations table as well as here on this page. So that's what's been going on. Latest updates, Manage Locations. There are a ton of updates and a lot of work being done in the add-on packs, so I appreciate your patience in the new release coming out and in the add-on packs, where I know we've got to address some bug fixes and get some other issues resolved, and I have been working towards that as well while working on these updates. So that's it. That's the latest Alpha 18 release of 4.3. Hope to be on release candidate 1 by this Friday, and hopefully launch formal 4.3 if all testing goes well, hopefully mid-August if everything stays on track. So that's it. Thank you.